Hi, my name is Jasmine. My husband Gozier and I are expats who have lived in India, Morocco, and now Ecuador. I love traveling, and when I can, I love trying new foods too. And today, I'm sharing what the pandemic has been like for me as an expat living in Ecuador.
With new variants and just a host of people getting sick, I really felt like it was a good time to discuss what the pandemic is like here in Ecuador. And I'm going to say this right off the bat. At least where I am living and in the surrounding area, pandemic doesn't seem to be so bad. And I think that's because the government is doing all that they can to slow the spread of this virus and to make sure that people are well equipped with resources, testing, and vaccines to the best of their abilities. But again, this is from the perspective of me living in Quito and the surrounding area of where I am currently right now. So what I would love for you all to do is leave a comment down below letting me know what the pandemic is like either here in Ecuador if you're not in the area that I'm currently speaking of, or other places around the world as well. I'm curious to know what that spread is looking like and if people are staying safe or if people are in fact getting sick. So let's start off with something a little light. You all know I love grocery shopping, and shopping here for us, my husband and I, usually occurs every 2 weeks unless we need to replenish maybe some fresh vegetables and fruits and things like that. We will do that at the 1 week mark, but usually with an app called Tipti, which I am currently loving. Stores here are fairly crowded. We usually shop at Super Maxi or Mega Maxi. Mega Maxi is a little crazy, and Super Maxi does in fact get crowded even if we do go right when it opens. So shopping fast and avoiding the crowds is definitely something we try to do. And I would say that Super Maxi and Mega Maxi do a pretty good job at trying to control people's behaviors, even though it's really hard to control human behavior. But they do this by having tape marks on the floor to point out the direction they'd like you to go in so that people aren't going like this in the store. It's more fluid and you're going more in a path versus just right at each other. Now, it doesn't always work. I sometimes don't always follow the rules, but I do try my best. And I know that other people are too, but I also can tell that people are really just trying to do their shopping fast and get out of the store, which makes a lot of sense. You don't want to be around a lot of people at the same time. Getting back to shopping, I would say about a week and a half ago, it has been instituted that you should show your vaccine card when you are entering a store or entering a mall. And that includes movie theaters as well, if the movie theaters are within a mall. So we have to show our vaccine cards at Super Maxi. And we also recently went to the movie theater, which was in fact inside of a mall, and we had to show our vaccine card there as well. We also had to get our temperature taken, and they spray you with hand sanitizer so that you can, make sure that you're nice and clean before entering any establishment that you go into. And I would say now things are seeming to be more enforced. At first, it was just something that was implemented and it was a little lax, but now you have to actually have your documents ready and get ready to have your temperature taken as well. Before the spread increased, a lot of these measures were actually put into place, not necessarily having to show proof of vaccination, but having your temperature taken and having hand sanitizer at the ready was a thing that we were already doing. And I did like that. I felt like it was a constant reminder that we were still in a pandemic and that we could still get sick. And so now with this newer variant, it's something that feels more second nature. It doesn't feel like something that is brand new forced upon us. It feels pretty natural, and it's just an addition of making sure you have your documents as well. That is maybe the additional headache, but you can also show your card on your phone for some places. Don't quote me on it. Do your own research and make sure that that is correct for wherever you're going to, but I found that that has worked as well. So when it comes to being outside, we do go for our occasional walks. You all know one of the habits I'm trying to stick to this year is being more active and being outside a lot more. So walks are very important, and that has not changed, which is really good. Something that has been a constant since we've moved to Ecuador is mask wearing outside. So even if you are just going for a walk or at the park, there are signs that ask you to put on a mask. And although I don't always wear a mask because the altitude is kind of crazy outside, I'll just take it off when I need to take some extra deep breaths and put it back on, especially if I'm about to encounter other people walking toward me. I feel like it's just courtesy. And if everybody else is wearing a mask, it's something that I don't mind doing as well. It's just the altitude. It's a little crazy. And I'm already out of breath, just being naturally pregnant. Staying inside, obviously that's what a lot of us are doing, especially here in Ecuador. I don't know exactly if y'all in the States are staying inside as much as you should be, but here in Ecuador, my husband is mostly teleworking. He goes into the office if he needs to, but it's very rare. And we are just doing our best to be safe. I do wish that I could explore the country a little bit more, even the city of Quito, but I'm just not ready yet. I'm just still trying to maintain my safety, especially with the new variant and with the new government orders and new work orders as well with my husband's job. I'm like, okay, it might not be the right time for me to try to be gallivanting all over the city and all over the country. So I'm just going to stay put and make sure that I'm patient with how things are being handled so that when things are better, I can freely be out, do some traveling and all that good stuff. Following the rules when you are an expat abroad, especially a working expat who works with government entities, it's important. You don't want to get in trouble. It's just, no. So we're trying to do that as much as possible. I do hope that this new situation that we're in does subside by the end of the month, because his birthday is coming up and I do have plans. I do have places that I want to check out, especially restaurants and just the city of Quito as a whole. I have those plans, but I'm not sure that we will be able to execute them in the ways that I want, but we will see. Just keep your fingers crossed and stay safe. We talked about masks earlier. Yes, the majority of the population does in fact wear masks. I think a high percentage of the population is in fact vaccinated. Seeing other people doing their due diligence to keep each other safe and to keep the variant at bay is really nice to see. That is it. If you have any questions about what life is like right now in Ecuador, please leave them down below, but also check out my other playlists where I share what my life currently is like as an expat living in Ecuador, as a pregnant expat as well living in Ecuador. So yeah, lots of content, lots of things to see. But if you have any ideas, questions, or concerns, I hope you don't have concerns, but your girl is open to the gamut of things. Just let me know in the comment section below or shoot me an email or whatever. Y'all know how to get in contact with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Mwah.